So I just finished watching the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight. One thing I want to say is the fight was pretty good. It was pretty decent. There was just a couple things I didn't like. Like there was too much clinching. Jake Paul was ducking a lot when he was throwing in shots, so it looked a little awkward. And Tommy was playing it a little too safe at sometimes. He was staying on his back foot and just throwing in a lot of jabs. And whenever he would throw in more like big shots, like overhand rights or hooks and stuff like that, he would his strategy was basically he was trying to reel Jake in and basically set him up with a trap to hit him with the big shot as he comes in to drop him, which is a solid strategy and plan. But he did it so many times, and Jake never really got in that dangerous of a situation. So if it was me, I would have personally, gone in more forward and put some more forward pressure instead of just hoping that he comes into my trap and I can hit him with a solid shot. Throw in a little more of a combination because he was throwing in jabs, which are great, but he was just throwing in a little too much. I think he could have gone for a little bit more hooks, a little bit more overhand rights, and, more of an uppercut. And the uppercut that he did hit him with, it was pretty solid. But as a whole, I think the fight was pretty decent, and Tommy Fury definitely deserved to win because he was outpacing Jake Paul throughout the entire fight. He was getting more hits on him. He was putting in more work. Jake Paul a lot of times was coming in awkwardly and, clinching in a lot. And this is not to throw any shade at Jake Paul. It's just that what I saw from the fight, because though it was a bit of back and forth between those two, and Jake did good with some solid shots, and he did drop him towards the 8th round, which Tommy stated it was a slip, which I don't really consider that because after seeing the replay, it looked like he just hit him clean and got him and dropped him for a bit. But still, I think Tommy deserved to win because he was doing more work throughout the other rounds. Though I did miss the first through the 3rd round, but from the 4th to the 8th, I watched it, and from what I saw, Jake did have some decent moments, but Tommy was just too much for him and had too much forward pressure on him. And like I said, I just wish there was a couple things they could have done better, but in the end of the day, I think Tommy still definitively won, and that's what really matters. So that's really cool to see. I definitely want to see KSI fight Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul would beat KSI, and I do think KSI is a bit of a coward who's kind of evading him because he knows that he will lose to him, and he doesn't want to be embarrassed. But yeah, whatever. In the end of the day, Tommy won. He shut down all the haters and doubters because they're all saying, no, Jake's going to beat him, Jake's going to drop him, and then his own family said they're going to leave him and he's not going to be a part of them. So he had a lot of pressure on him, but he did a great job, and then won. And congratulations to both him and Jake Paul. They both did great, but in the end, Tommy definitely was the winner in that fight, and he just really proved himself. So yeah, it was a pretty good fight. So I want to know what you guys thought about it, and would you guys want to see a rematch between those two?